So let me open this. Okay. So what is a star schema? Anybody please? What is a star schema? What is a star schema, guys?
Dimension table surrounded by fact table.
Fact table surrounded by dimension
Fact table surrounded by dimension table. Fact table surrounded by dimension table is called a star schema. What is a snowflake schema? See the snowflake schema. What is snowflake schema? See please. A snowflake schema is a term that describes the star schema. Thus describes star schema structure. Normalized, that means, see, star schema is star. This is star schema. A fact table surrounded by the dimension table. But a snowflake schema means, okay, it's having a dimensional hierarchy. That means one dimension is connected to another dimension. If you see this, these three are the dimensions: product, brand, and product category. Product key is the primary key. In this brand dimension, brand key is the foreign key. In star schema, it is not like this, right? Yes or no? Correct or not?
Yes. Yes.
So in star schema, we will always give the fact in between. Fact is centralized fact. Okay, surrounded by the dimension tables. Always fact tables will be contain foreign keys. Dimension table will be contain primary keys. Okay, but here dimensions tables are connected to each other is called a snowflake schema. The difference between star schema, dimension table will not have any parent table for star schema. Snowflake schema, dimension table will be having one or more parent tables. Yes or no? So now product category parent is brand parent is product. Yes or no, please? Correct? For dimension
Yes,
table,
Raj.
star schema, there is no parent. But in snowflake schema, there is a parent. Now, hierarchies for the dimensions are stored in the dimension table itself. But in fact table, hierarchy is this one. In snowflake schema, hierarchies are broken into separate tables. That is this one. Okay, connected to each other. Okay. In star schema, less joins are required. In snowflake schema, more joins are required. Okay. So always we will use star schema. Always we will use star schema in our projects. Always we will use which schema you worked on means star schema. You should not tell that Oracle schema or SQL Server schema. It should be a star schema. Okay, that is about star and snowflake schema. Now, what are the types?
We still continue. How long is it, Raj? I mean, this
15
session.
minutes. 15 minutes.
I have some
12:30
work.
will
So,
finish.
yeah.
12:30 will finish. Okay.
You
what
will
are the
send the
types?
video, right, Raj?
I will send the video. Yeah. I will send the video to everyone. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So types of dimensions. What are the types of dimensions we have? One is normal dimension. What are the types of dimensions? There are types of dimensions, types of facts. 1 second, please. Before. Hello. We have fact tables or dimensions of target tables, right? Now, what are the types of dimensions we have? Number one, conform dimension. A dimension table used by more than one fact table is called a conform dimension. If a dimension table used by more than one fact table is called a conform dimension. See, this fact table is using these 4 dimensions, and this D2 is used in this fact table and this fact table. Yes or no? This dimension table is shared between these 2 dimensions. Yes or no, please? So these 2 facts, that is called a conform dimension. Okay. Dimension table used by more than one fact table is called conform dimension. Dimension tables used by more than one fact table is called a conform dimension. What are the advantages? To avoid unnecessary space, reduce time, drill across the fact table. Okay. So a fact table is used, 2 fact tables are used, one dimension table, that is called a conform dimension. Next dimension is junk dimension. See, junk dimension is like this. It's an abstract dimension. It will remove number of foreign keys from the fact table. It can be achieved by combining 2 or more dimensions into single dimension. See now, in this, we have one primary key for one dimension, other primary key for other dimension. Yes or no? Correct or not? 2 dimension means two primary keys and 2 foreign keys in the same fact. Yes or no? Correct or not, guys? If you
Yes,
join these two and put into one dimension, this is called a junk dimension. And only we will join these two direct web agent credit card cash check into one dimension table. Okay, these two tables into one dimension table, and that dimension table having only one primary key. No, one dimension table having only one primary key. That primary key we are using as a foreign key. So we are reducing the foreign keys here. Are we reducing the foreign keys? Yes or no?
Yes.
We are
Yeah.
reducing the primary keys. We are reducing the foreign keys also. That is called a junk dimension. So when you combine more dimensions into one dimension, two or more dimensions into one dimension, that is called a junk dimension. Next one is degenerated dimension. Means a key value or a dimension table which does not have any descriptive attributes. In a dimension table which you do not having any descriptive attributes, that is called a degenerated dimension, like this: invoice number, ticket number, product number, customer number. Kind of dimension table, if you have it, that is called a degenerated dimension. That is called a degenerated dimension. Okay. Next one is role playing dimension. A single physical dimension table that plays different roles with the help of views. A single physical dimension table plays different roles with the help of views. That is called a what? Role playing dimension. If you generate a view on top of a dimension, that is called a role playing dimension. If you generate a view on top of a dimension table, is called a role playing dimension. Are you clear now? What are the dimension tables we have? Dimension table number one. Okay, what is conform dimension mean? Normal dimension means normal one. Conform dimension means if you use, if two fact tables are using, if a dimension is using more than one fact table, that is called a conform dimension. Junk dimension means if you are combining two dimensions into one single dimension, it is called a junk dimension. Degenerated dimension means, what is degenerated? If you don't have the descriptive columns in the dimension table, that is called a degenerated dimension. Role playing dimension means if you create a view on top of the dimension, it is called a role playing dimension. Are you clear, please? Types of dimensions, are you clear? This is the most
So-
asked into question.
Yeah, so you just said that we just create a view on that dimension. So like we create a view table.
You create a view, that's it. You create a view on the dimension. That's called a role playing dimension. That's it.
All right,
Just a view, not a materialized view. Just a view. That's it.
just a view. Okay.
Okay. That is called a. Now, in fact, we have one fact called semi-additive fact, non-additive fact. Okay, measure types. Okay, we have additive, non-additive, semi-additive. What is a fact table? A centralized table in the star schema is called fact table. A fact table typically has two types of columns: numerical measures, foreign keys. The primary key of a fact table is used to composite key of all the foreign keys. Yes. Okay. Now, in this, we have one fact table. The types of fact table is called a factless fact. What is? They will ask this. What is factless fact? Factless fact is a table that doesn't have any measures. That means if you don't have any numerical columns in the fact table, that is called a factless fact table. If you have the descriptive columns in the fact, that is called the factless fact table. If you don't have any descriptive columns in the dimension table, that is called degenerated dimension. Clear? What are the different types of facts and dimensions? Are you clear, please? Guys, are you clear?
Yes.
And one more thing is pushdown optimization in Informatica. In Informatica, what is pushdown optimization? Okay, so they will ask, but you never work on pushdown optimization. Don't worry. In your real time, very rarely we will work very complex projects. We will work on pushdown optimization. But you should understand what is pushdown optimization. What is pushdown optimization? Pushdown optimization option increase performance by providing the flexibility to push transformation processing into more appropriate. What is pushdown optimization? Is simplest way I will tell. See, you have a source target, you have a source transformation target, right? Correct or not? Yes or no? In a mapping, source transformation target. Yes or no,
Yes,
please?
Raj. Yes.
Now, suppose you have done the performance tuning. You have done the performance tuning of the mapping, source bottleneck, target bottleneck, mapping bottleneck, session, system, everything you have done. But still it is running more and more time. Then you go to pushdown optimization. What is pushdown optimization? Is when you run the session, the integration service pushes all transformation logic to valid push to the database by executing the generated SQL. That means we will convert our transformation logic into, who will convert? Informatica will convert the transformation logic into SQL query. Entire transformation logic into SQL query, it is having a capability to convert. Can we convert? If you think once, whatever we are doing in Informatica, all are Oracle concepts. Yes or no, please?
Yes.
Whatever, see, we can use, we can do it by joiner means joining, union means union. Okay, sequence generator also can, everything we can do it by using a SQL. Okay, now I am saying when we will use the Pushdown automation, suppose there is a mapping running more than what you are expecting. You have tuned the mapping, you have done the performance tuning in the mapping, still it is working more and more. Then what we will do, Informatica integration service convert the transformation logic into SQL statement and sends to source or target database to perform the data transformation. Okay, so what will happen? There are three types of Pushdown automation: source side, target type, full load. Where you will see this Pushdown automation? Pushdown automation requires a separate license. It will not come as a free license. Okay, Pushdown automation requires a, I'll show you where it is, where you can see that option. Okay, 1 second. We don't have Pushdown automation license. Okay, so in Office, if your project is using Pushdown automation, then only that license will be there. Otherwise, they will not also purchase that license. Okay, so now if you see the Pushdown automation, where it will be, see this. Are you seeing here? Properties, session properties. Are these session properties? In this, it will be like this: Pushdown automation to source, to target, or to full. If you see this, here it will show. Here it will show Pushdown automation. Like this, it will show. Okay. Now, if I open, we don't have that option. See, if you open the task, are you seeing any Pushdown automation here? Are you seeing any Pushdown automation?
No.
No. But when you purchase the license, then it will come here. Like this, it will come. Like this, it will come. It will come like this. Okay. This is called Pushdown automation. Okay. Now there are three types of Pushdown automations. Here it will be there. No. Are you seeing anywhere Pushdown automation here? Here. Somewhere I see. 1 second. Where it is? Properties. In general properties only. Okay. Session log, parameter file, commit, incremental load, allow here. But this is not the Pushdown automation actually. Okay, this is not allow temporary view for Pushdown. No, there should be a property called Pushdown automation. After session retry and after this somewhere here, after here somewhere.
Down.
Here,
Session
somewhere.
retry.
Okay, session retry of deadlock. After this, there should be on property before this. Allow temporary view for Pushdown. Before that one should be there. That is called the Pushdown automation. Now, what Pushdown automation will do? It convert the mapping transformation logic into a query. Now, if you give source Pushdown automation, what will happen? If you see, if you give source Pushdown automation, it will convert entire logic into a select query, and it will execute in the database, and it will, whatever the result it's fetching, it directly push to the load. That's it. Push to the target. What is source side Pushdown means? It will convert a select statement. It will convert a source. It will convert the entire mapping logic into a select statement, and see, extract transformation. It will convert everything into a select SQL statement, and it will put into target. That's it. Okay, so that Informatica is not working here, right? Only Oracle is working. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Correct or not, guys?
So Raj, all the transformations will be converted into query.
Query. All the transformations will be converted into query. You don't need to convert.
Okay.
Informatica will convert.
Okay.
And it will, if it is source Pushdown means, it will write a select statement. Select statement it will write. See, when you run a session configured for source Pushdown automation, the integration service analyzes the mapping from the source to target. The integration service generates a select statement based on the transformation logic. For each transformation, it can push on database. When you run the session, the integration service pushes all the transformation logic to a valid Pushdown database and generate SQL statement. It reads the results of the SQL statement and runs in the session. Whatever the results it is fetching, it will directly load to the target. That is called source side. What is target side? It will write a insert into select statement. Insert into values, then select statement it will write. Okay, so it will extract the data, extract and transformation will write a insert statement. Integration service generate an insert, delete or update statement based on the transformation logic for each transformation. It can push to database starting with the first transformation in the pipeline. It can push to the database. Okay, so it will convert the transformation logic. The integration service transformation process the transformation logic up to the point that it can push the transformation logic to the target database. Okay, this exceeds, it executes generated SQL. Okay, so it will write an insert or update or delete, insert, update or delete statement on the target side, and it will execute it directly in the target side. That is called target side push down. What is push down? Few, both it will work now. Few it will take source, few it will take target. It equally it will divide, and it will, whatever it writes a select statement, it will extract it, and whatever it writes a insert statement, it will load it. That's it. This is called push down optimization. If they ask you, have you worked on push down optimization? Then you tell that no, I did not get a chance to work on push down optimization, but I have seen it. I know what is push down optimization, how it works. That's it, you tell. What are the types of push down optimization? Source push down optimization, target side push down optimization, full push down
automation.
full push down optimization. Okay. Are you clear, please? What is push down optimization?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, are you clear?
Yeah, Raj.
The next
Raj,
one is
Raj, one question. Suppose suppose I have a bottleneck in target. Suppose my source side is working fine, and the target side it is taking too much time to load the data. So so by using this push down optimization to the target, we can improve the performance by loading
Yes.
loading the data, right?
Yeah, it's not that time you take which one? Source side push down optimization. If your
Target
target is
side,
having problem, if
Yeah,
your
yeah.
target is a problem, then take source side push down optimization. Don't take target side push down optimization.
So, but
Okay.
insertion. Suppose my insertion is slow. Insertion is
Then
slow.
see,
So
if the database said it is low, means you should tune the, you should DBA should take care of it. You cannot do anything. DBA should rectify the problem. That is not Informatica's problem. No. If there is a, that means you should use a bulk loader or you should use a external loader, something you have to do. Correct or not? Yes or no?
yeah.
If you are unable to, if source side, target side, if there is a bottleneck, we will not use push down. Transformation side, there is a bottleneck, means if so many transformations are there, you tuned all the transformations, you did not get the result proper, that is not running properly, then use the push down. Ultimately, what? Source and target working fine. Source database
So-
working fine. Target database
So-
working fine.
So how to choose it, right? How to choose to?
You can choose anything, not a problem. You can choose anything, no issues. If you have that concern that how to choose, you take full push on.
Okay.
So
But
that
Raj,
it is,
so this push down optimization is only used when special scenarios, right? Not always.
yeah, very special. That's what I'm saying. No,
Mhm.
very rare cases. Very rare cases. In my whole 11 years, I worked only one time on push on. Only one
Okay.
project. That too not majorly. Very rarely we use it. But in the interview they will ask. That's why I'm saying.
Okay.
It will ultimately what? Ultimately push down optimization will convert the mapping transformation logic into SQL query based on your source or a target or a full. You give a full, it will equally divide and it will take care. That's it. Are you
Mhm.
clear, please?
Yes, good.
Clear? That is called push down optimization. Okay. Then the next one is partitioning. Okay. So if you see the partitioning also you need to read it out because I never worked on partitioning. Okay. So partitioning also we will never work. Very rare cases will work. Okay. If you see this, in addition to better ETL design, it is obvious to have a session optimized with no bottlenecks to get the better session. After optimizing the session performance, you can further improve performance by exploiting the underutilization. When you all these things you tried all the push down optimization, you tried all the performance tuning, still your mapping is not running. Then you have to go to the partitioning. You have to partition the pipelines. See, there are one pipeline. We will partition this one pipeline into multiple pipelines, and we will do the partition. Okay. So we have 5 types of partitioning: database partitioning, round robin partitioning, hash key partitioning, hash user partitioning, key range partitioning. Okay. These you read it. Where you will see partitioning? Here. If you see here, partition ports under the in the mapping tab. Okay, hash key something will be there. All this key range, partition properties will be having all these things. Okay, we will partition our pipeline. into multiple pipelines. That is called the partitioning. Okay, so that is about partitioning. So you just read about these 5 because nowhere we will use it for sure. I'm saying very rare cases we will use it. Just read about it and tell if they ask you what are the types of partitioning. If they ask you, have you worked on Informatica partitioning? No, I did not get a chance to work on partitioning later. Okay, are you clear, please? Only thing I left now is few Unix commands. I will send the video to you. Okay, you just take care of that. Is that fine, guys?
Yes.
Is that fine? I'll send these documents for sure. Don't.
Raj,
Yeah.
can you tell us about a little bit that table normalization?
Its normalization is the Oracle concept. It's not Informatica concept. Normalization, there is first normal form, second normal form, until 6 normal forms we have. Okay, you have to read it. That is Oracle concept. Okay, just Google normalization. That is not a big task. You can easily understand. But it's a huge one. It's a huge one. Okay. Yeah.
When we are use snowflake schema or star schema?
When you will?
When we are use snowflake schema or star schema?
No, we will never use. You tell that I never use snowflake schema. We will never use snowflake schema. It's a complex schema. Snowflake schema is a complex schema. It's not a simple schema. Okay, star schema is a simple always. Okay, you tell that. Don't take these things. Okay, see, if anybody asks me partitioning, still I will tell that no, I did not get a chance to work on partitioning. That is not my mistake. If I am not working on partitioning means that is not my mistake. But I should know what is partitioning. That's it. If you don't know about the partitioning, then that is your mistake. Because I did not get a chance to work on partitioning. That's it. That's a valid one. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Raj, in Unix we have putty and WinSCP, right? So WinSCP we can copy files directly. Get search.
Correct.
And why we need both putty and WinSCP?
Putty sometimes for shell scripting we will use putty. If you want to execute any command, if you want to see the output of the command, then you need to use the putty only, right? Yes or no? Suppose you are using a command in command task. We have command task. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You have written one command. How you will know that the command is correct or not? You cannot know, right?
Okay.
You cannot. Then you put that in putty, execute it. If it is working fine there, then it will work fine in command task also. Yes or no?
In WinSCP, we can't execute the.
We can execute. We can execute in WinSCP also here. Okay. There is a shell. It's same again. Act as a putty. That's it. Okay. And shell scripting also we will write in putty. Okay. So for that purpose, we will use putty. Okay.
Have you
in one of the
across,
video, I explained all these things. What filter command.
Please send it, Raj.
I will send. I'll send them. Okay.